This is our deep squat and hanging reset. So we're gonna practice two really nourishing movements. Deep squatting is really good for our hips, our knees, and our ankles. And then hanging is gonna be really good for our shoulder joints, our posture, and even our spinal health, just by getting a little decompression. So I'm gonna start off with the deep squat just against a post like this. You can use a tree, you can use actually a door jamb, like if I'm in the threshold of a door right here, I still have room to squat down deep. So if you're just starting out with this position, you wanna be about shoulder width apart. I'll show you from right here. You wanna be about feet shoulder width apart. Toes can be straight ahead or slightly toed out. And then from here, I'm gonna get tall, shoulders back and down, and I'm gonna walk myself down until I'm down as comfortably as I can be sitting in this position. And what's nice about having a post or a tree to hold on to is that I can use that tension to see what my spine's doing. So I want to be tall with my spine here. I'm not excessively rounded at the back or the hip. I'm actually lifting up and activating those muscles of my middle back and upper back. So that's kind of step one. Even if you have to hold on here, just practice going into that deep squat and then lifting up into this controlled position. And then the next step from this would be to see if you can maintain that position without holding your hands. So here, if you can, then you can walk back up. You can do this without a post. If you feel like you have good balance, or maybe after a couple sessions of using the post, you can just go down into your deep squat. And in this case, I kind of use my elbows to just pry my knees apart, and that also gives me that little cue to just lift my chest, keep my spine tall, and work here. We're gonna hold this position, and it'd be nice to work up to a period of maybe 1 minute of being able to sit comfortably here, but you could build up to easily 3 minutes or even 5 minutes of sitting in this position. And maybe you can even, if you work at a desk or computer, you can get to a place where you can use a computer or maybe do chores or something down, feeling comfortable in this position. So it's nice to start incorporating that into your life the more you practice. The last move here is just going to be a hang and some variations. Ideally, you want a bar or a tree branch, something safe that you can hang from, that you know is going to support your weight. But if you don't have that, again, you can use a post, a tree, a door jamb, or even the handle of a door. And we'll do a horizontal hang here. So starting, we're just gonna put our weight back into our hips, and this is gonna get a little good stretch and mobility in our hands here. And so we could twist a little bit, reach through, reach up. You can move that shoulder blade, pull it back towards the spine. And then you can also change the pitch. So I'm kind of pushing my head past my shoulder and getting a good stretch here. And just explore this motion. You can do it with one arm. You can do it with two arms as well. Just twist. This is a way to get sort of that decompression and that hanging type health benefit without having to actually leave the ground. If you have something to hang from, then you're going to grab hold, in this case, in an overhand grip. And you can do this even with your feet on the floor. So I sink my hips and I put my toes behind me and I can just hang here. Whether that's with one arm or I'm hanging with two, and I'm just taking very deep breaths. Fill the lungs and relax. We're gonna build up our stamina that way. The full hang here, no matter what your height is just to pick your legs up behind you and to hold that way. So now in this position, we can just hang here and just let gravity do the work. So let your shoulders come up by your ears, let your spine decompress, and just take a couple big deep breaths. And that is deep squatting and hanging.